I think the light was better. Yeah, the light is better. So we're gonna have some light. How are you all doing? I hope you guys can see me clearly. Coach Wilfred, how are you doing? Here are my thoughts. Don't forget, guys, buy direct from USA.com. Anything you need delivered to your doorstep from the USA. I know many people can't afford to travel like we used to those days, but you still want to get those shoes, you want to get those clothes, you want to get something from the USA. Buy direct from USA.com for your watches, your shoes, clothes, cars, computers, phones, accessories, sunglasses, anything you need from the USA delivered to your doorstep. Type this website, buydirectfromusa.com. Buydirectfromusa.com. All right, guys. So welcome to today's session. I'm going to try to be as unbiased as possible. Watch what you are typing in my comment section because I'm different from other people. Before I block or rapture you, I will first drag your father and your mother and all the mud I can find before I can't give you rapture. So if you come here say you want type nonsense, make I warn you down. Wait till I go tell you, no go like yourself. So because some of you have no home training, and when I shake pay for your papa and mama, no be insult. Your parents failed. You are evidence. Listen, do you know why you cannot sue me? Because you are evidence that your parents failed. So if I lally your papa and your mama, and they say bring the evidence, I bring you full blown evidence. Amarachi say ameboshi. You see Amarachi, come back here. What dete opolo oshi. Leprosy, they catch people for hand and leg. Your own are for brain, it hook you. Amarachi. Ulori Bruku. Look at you, smell. Your flat face like hot plate. Oh, wabi by. I'm hot plate. I'm a student. I'm having diakara. Hey, Riboshiri. Tagini Doro. Kuro Lori live, mi oloshi. The rapture, first rapture. Any more loading before I start? I get your time today. So, like I said, I'm going to be as objective as possible. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen. Let's get more people in the house. Pop my money guns. Guys, you can buy gifts on Instagram. Belinda Oju, I need you. I need a lawyer. So I want you on standby. Belinda Oju, I'm saying this again. I need you. I need your legal expertise. If you're watching on Facebook, I'm only going to read comments that have 1,000 stars and above. Sorry, guys, I'm not reading your comments on YouTube or Facebook unless on YouTube you buy my super chat, super stickers, or super likes. And on Facebook, you buy my stars. 1,000 stars and above, I will engage with you. Anything less than that, come and type it on Instagram where I can lally your papa and your mama. YouTube people, I greet you. I love you people. I love you people. Especially YouTube is one of my favorite places to be because the people where they YouTube, they always get sense. One or two know they get sense. And even Facebook too don't improve it. There was a time when, oh no, you don't want to be on Facebook. People where they there, they go just they talk anyhow. But I don't block. So I don't get more people where get sense. Somebody say I'm a lawyer. If I don't know you, I will not bring you. So if you're watching on TikTok, pop my money gun. You know I love you guys. Double click the screen. Super chat, super stickers, and super likes on YouTube. If you want to type any comment, if I not see your super chat, super stickers, and super likes, no vex. I no go read your comment and I no go engage you. So first of all, let us start with this matter. I know a lot of people might disagree with me, but in this entire matter, Bobrisky has 70% of the blame. I'm so sorry. I know a lot of people might disagree, but I think unless I want to be unfair, now Bobrisky carry this blame. And I'm going to explain to you why. From my perception, I'm not a lawyer or a judge, but I'm a 48-year-old man who has lived through life. I've had a couple of court cases, so I can have conversations around a certain topic. Miss Tail, hold you on that. Now, I'm going to tell you why Bobrisky is at fault. From my understanding, if you're a lawyer, you can challenge me, please. I want you to challenge me, actually, so that we can have a learned perspective. Remember, I am not a lawyer. So let us start with the first thing. Did Bobrisky lie that to get that money? Did Bobrisky lie? Let's have that perspective and that conversation. Did Bobrisky lie? Let's talk about that. Now, we know that entertainment is a lot, or consists of a lot of made up stories, a lot of I want you to see my watch, but what if everything I have, and what if I'm owing money on the watch? You don't know, you just see the diamonds, you don't believe, say, Daddy Freeze don't get money. It's a lot in entertainment. Hello? Opo gan ni entertainment. So, for all you know, Bob might not own the house or the cars or the things he said he owned. And neither can, maybe he actually did go to the prison. Nobody can know for sure until we bring out the prison records, which also can be doctored. Now, I have also heard that so many chairmen and dignitaries, when they are sent to prison, they actually don't really go to the prison. But it's not in my place to talk about that. It's not in my place to talk about that. Bob said that was not his voice, but there was a 4 million naira transaction. Let's also talk about that. Bob said it's not his voice, but you collected 4 million. As in this matter, this matter no go end now. Now long matter. Yes, it could be AI. And I'm not an expert on technology that will come and tell you that no, it's not AI or no, it is. My worry is if Bob says not his voice, why is there? You see, you can say it is not my voice, but you cannot say 4 million did not enter your account because they will subpoena the bank. They can subpoena the bank. Say, bank, was there a 4 million naira transaction between so and so and so and so? Once the bank says yes, voila, dele. And now, in proper investigation, in other claims, there will be certain questions that will be asked. Why did you borrow the money? As in, how did you? It's like, I want to borrow money from Mrs. Linda. I'm not just going to say, Linda, send me 4 million naira. Unless me and Am they do business, or me and Am don't they do business, they come. Then I can now come and say, John J, Dr. John J, send me 6 million naira. There must be something. So it's either me and that person has business going on, or I story the person. For instance, now I call Femi Aderogba, because Femi Aderogba sometimes comes to my channel and sometimes pays for his adverts. So I call Femi Aderogba and say, Femi, instead of you paying for the next 2 months, why don't you give me 1 million naira bulk? I don't do that kind of thing before. I remember when a family member was having health issues and we needed bulk money. So I called some of my clients back then. I said, Baba, I know you are supposed to pay me this money over 3 months. Can you just give me everyone at once? I have this financial challenge. Then over the next few months, you'll be running your advert normally like you normally do. So that is a possibility. But you see, when you want to collect money from someone who you've not collected money from, there is the likelihood that there will be some storytelling. Now, the content of that story, is it embellishing a truth or a lie? That's now the thing. Let's imagine, let's work under two perceptions. One or two permutations. One, Bobrisky actually said it. What he said, was it true? We're going to do this in a very binary method. Make una work with me. We are playing with a binary equation right here. Bobrisky said he didn't say it, or he said it. He didn't say it, he said it. It's either 1 or 0. So let's play binary here. Let's put 1 on he said it. He said it. Another binary equation. Is it true or is it a lie? Let's work with that binary equation. What if every single thing Bobrisky said was a lie, just to get money? Now, what are the dangers therein? If it was a lie, you are putting unnecessary scrutiny on EFCC that already has their doubt. People don't believe, say, EFCC gets as they do. So when you are now telling a lie, you are now putting them in more trouble, especially when this time they did not do it. Am I making sense to you? That's one problem. Then 2, you don't carry Polanco put inside them. You don't carry all other people who join inside the lie. Those ones might not be able to do anything to you directly, but when they see your call coming next time, they feel run from you. Because everybody they run from, everybody they run from them. Me, if I know say you get as a day like this, there's no human being that does not have people they confide in. You don't know what happens in the free nation. You don't know what matters we solve. You don't know who I call and say, okay, let's have this conversation. And that person is my person until that conversation leaks. If that conversation should leak, that person can never call me again. That person can never call me again. Everybody gets secret. He gets secret way now between me and my wife. He gets secret way between my family. He gets secret way between me and my lawyers. He gets secret way between me and the Free Nation Church elders. This is our secret. We did not sign anywhere that this secret must not leak. But any day it leaks, just know that you can never call me again for anything. It's not that I will not forgive you, but you have lost your trust. So, even if Bobrisky lied in the conversation, he is going to lose a lot of friends and he's going to cast a shadow on EFCC unfairly. So one of the binary equations is 1, he lied to get the money. And let me not lie, everybody lies to get money. But the problem is that lie should not have leaked. This is now taking us into another binary equation, 1, 0. The person that Bobrisky told, should he have recorded 1 or recorded no 0? If I am borrowing you 4 million naira of my money, and it's not like you are my close friend that or somebody I can catch, like Simply Vic or Mrs. Linda or Sabio, then there's got to be some evidence of that transaction. And I will do something to hold you, because tomorrow you can change it, like we saw the change in the narrative. Say, the guy kissed me new. So if I'm going to borrow a stranger money, I'm going to have something on that stranger, because we know in Nigeria people don't like to pay back. So should the guy have recorded binary 1 or 0? In a true situation, the guy's recording is actually illegal. And I want lawyers to challenge me on this. However, if he not record, how will he get his money back? Dilemma. And when this guy goes before a judge, which I doubt if he's ever going to, because he's in America. So are you going to go and use DSS to bring him home from America, or you wait for him at the airport anytime he comes? So if he ever goes in front of a judge, and I am his lawyer, I'm not trained to be a lawyer, I have no legal qualifications. As a layman, I can say, I was suspecting that this guy will never pay me my 4 million naira back. So I put something on him just to make sure I can get my money back. So even though the guy was wrong for recording Bobrisky, they say 2 wrongs don't make a right. But who says 2 wrongs don't make half a right? They might not make a full right, but if that guy no get that recording, forget his money back. So we are looking at this from a now someone is saying trust no one. Not when you want to go and borrow money. Trust no one when I'm toasting Chichi Obama. I say, Chichi Obama, you're a fine girl. I like you. I know you are married and I know I'm married. Let's run things. That's trust. And we are now running the things. And she trusts me and I trust her. She's not going to tell her husband. I'm not going to tell taste buds. That na trust. But when you want to go borrow money from person, how do you expect the person not trust you to pay back? You can't want trust the person with your secret. So what they did was exchange, in my humble opinion, I may be wrong legally, lawyers are likely to comment on this. He exchanged information for money. And that information was used to buy the money back. Somebody said it's not illegal to record conversations. It's not illegal, but the other party must be notified. You can actually record a conversation. That's why the network, when you call MTN, for instance, MTN, my line is not working. When you call, they'll say, your call is waiting. You're number 3 in line. You will be attended to in approximately 7 minutes. Then 7 minutes later, they'll call. Please be aware that your call may be recorded. This may be due to whatever they tell you. Just know that they don't buy back that clause of you cannot record my conversation. We have recorded the conversation. So once you agree to that and you proceed, you press 1. You don't agree to your recording. Let me tell you how it is. It's like Daddy Freeze invites you to his live. So I invite you to my live. The moment you click accept, you cannot tell me to delete that video. It is now a favor. Because I've had that issue with so many people. They will come, they think that the Freeze page is just small, I just see 100 people. 100 people are watching now. Another 70,000 across all platforms will watch over the next few days. Now, so one girl come, rant about her husband. This matter where they talk, no be smart, She just come, rant about her husband for my life. She can't go off. Baba. Now, so the matter begin trend for Facebook. Before you know it, they don't call her husband. Her husband don't call this person. Her husband don't call this person. Now she now called me and said, Daddy Freeze, I no longer give you consent to keep that video. I said, no, 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 no. You cannot withdraw your consent. The moment I sent you a request, you clicked accept. You can only come to my live through two methods. You send a request. Once you send a request, you have automatically given consent that you want to be on my live. The moment you send request. Now, if I send you request, you can decline. That's why so many people, I send them requests, they just click decline. They don't want to come. But the moment you accept to be on the live, you can now not tell me that I cannot post it on my page. You accepted to be in the discussion. You cannot withdraw it. It's not possible. You accepted. Because if not, everybody will just sue everybody up and down. So, in a situation like this, did the guy have a right to record? No. Because he didn't ask Bobrisky for his consent. But was he wise to record? Yes. Unless we want to lie to ourselves. He did not have a right to record, but in wisdom he recorded. Sometimes wisdom can make you do the wrong thing. Wisdom, they make person lie. And I will give you a biblical quote for this. Wisdom sometimes I want to give you a biblical quote to back this up. Sorry, my Bible is not yet loading. I'm trying to use another one. I don't know what's wrong with the internet. Let's go to the book of 1 Samuel. I'm going to read this very quickly. So this is to show you that sometimes wisdom is very important, very key. 1 Samuel chapter 16 verse 1. Now the Lord said to Samuel, you have mourned long enough for Saul. I have rejected him as king of Israel. So fill your flask with olive oil and go to Bethlehem. Find a man named Jesse who lives there, for I have selected one of his sons to be my king. But Samuel asked, how do I do that? If Saul hears about it, he will buy me. Take a heifer with you, the Lord said, and say that you have come to make a sacrifice to the Lord. Invite Jesse to the sacrifice, and I'll show you which of his sons to anoint. So if Saul asks you what you they go do, you no go talk, say, I want go anoint. Instead, so he did not lie. Samuel did not lie, but he also did not tell the whole truth. Because the whole truth is, I'm going to go and anoint David, son of Jesse. But instead, they told Saul, or they were prepared to tell Saul, the half truth, which is, we are going for a sacrifice. So wisdom sometimes means you either don't tell the whole truth, or you kind of adjust the truth. So in wisdom, the guy did no wrong. You two people, can you see me well? The guy did no wrong protecting himself. Baba, you don't pick money on the street. And if I'm going to give you my money, I can, how do I put it? I can do anything within my power to protect myself. So it is going to be what the law describes as an academic debate. Was the guy right or was the guy wrong? So the court can rule and say he was wrong for recording. The court can also rule and say because he was pushed to the wall knowing the antecedents of the person approved, he had no right but to record. So it's going to be what they call an academic debate. Nobody can tell you 100% he will win in court. Nobody can tell you 100% he will lose in court. So that is if Bobrisky lied. We are working with this thing with binary 1-0. So the 1 now is he lied. The 0 is he told the truth. Because if he lied, he didn't tell the truth. So that's 0 there. Let's flip the binary. He now told the truth. What he told about EFC, about everything, is the truth. Remember, we're working with binaries. Is that Bobrisky's voice? Yes. Is that Bobrisky's voice? No. So we are working with the permutation that is Bobrisky's voice. So the binary is 1 here. Then out of that 1, we have another 2 binaries. Did he lie or did he tell the truth? So we've dealt with did he lie. Now let's talk about did he tell the truth. What are the implications of telling the truth? That was actually true. Wow. That will imply that EFCC, they collect money for settlement. That will imply that many cases that have been settled, some sort of arrangement happened at the back door. That also would cast a shadow on the prison system. That will robe everybody into a catastrophic mess. Now I'm going to say this. Not everybody in EFCC is bribable. There are good and bad eggs in every organization, including church and mosque and hospital. I was talking to a friend of mine today who told me, who was in a vulnerable state, and told me that her doctor was toasting her mother. So people are funny in every ramification. Fine, in Nigeria, we tend to have more bad eggs than good eggs. And this trickles down from the top of the government to the bottom and rises up. You see, it's like rain, water cycle. The bad eggs are top of the government, we rain down on the waters of the bad eggs below, and the water of the bad eggs below will evaporate to go and meet the water of the bad eggs above. So it's a constant cycle of bad eggs. This throws a very, very dark shadow on law enforcement in Nigeria, on the corporations that are supposed to watch the people. So, if Bobrisky is telling the truth, voila, wow, they go bring out everybody for EFCC, we collect inside that money. If this is true, I'm not saying it is true. Remember, we're working with binaries. Everybody want to know who Bobrisky, Godfather, be. Because he used his own mouth mentioning Godfather. Baba, we want to know who that person is. Thirdly, they mentioned the Controller General of Prisons. Controller Tazebod's father, her late father, may his soul rest in peace, Benedict Elechi, was Assistant Controller General of Prisons. So you can imagine a man has put his entire career. You don't know what it takes to get to be an assistant controller, let alone controller. general of the whole prison system. Make them come stain your hand with this kind thing. So I am hoping that Bobrisky is not telling the truth. I am hoping inside the binary there is truth and lie. But we don't know which one is one and which one, because he cannot tell the truth and the lie at the same time. So either he's telling the truth or he's telling the lie. Now here's the problem with lies. A drop of truth cannot cleanse a bucket of lies. It's like bacteria. One drop of disinfectant will not cleanse a whole swimming pool. But one drop of bacteria can contaminate a whole swimming pool. So, is either you are telling the truth or you are telling a lie. If this were the truth, they're going to go really hard on Bobrisky because he has embarrassed two very powerful institutions in the country that people are trying to embarrass already. And that's the prison system and the EFCC. So, in no waiting in and him carry himself put. Because if this were true, people will go lose work, go menu for prison system, for EFCC, for DSS, for police. They will mentor in Godfather right now, go begin the shake where in the. If this were true. So in this binary equation, we have come to a juncture and we can make a deduction whether Bobrisky talk true or whether Bobrisky talk lie. Cho, no good. Make we learn our lesson from this matter where they. Somebody is saying, look at Paul, pull the plug. He's saying, which one be saved this way too? Or God, stop defending Paul. You are as dense as the father that gave birth to you. Both you and your papa dense. That's why you talk this thing where you talk. Collect rapture for TikTok. Lori Buruku. I say I know they're unbiased. You want me to come and say he's guilty? That's the problem. You don't think. We are doing a logical interpretation and a legal interpretation of what the story is. We are not jumping in on any side. I'm not taking any side. That's why I'm playing it binary, 1 or 0. Now, Bobrisky came up with a defense and said it was not his voice. Because remember, the binary is it his voice? Yes or no? So if it is his voice, we dealt with the two binary possibilities. Did he lie or did he tell the truth? Now, if it was not his voice, he's still going to have... You cannot say the burden of the proof is on the accuser because the accuser is in America and he's based under a totally different legal system. And personally, I don't see how it will affect somebody in America. This matter, unless the two of you dey America, then you go begin drag am for America. But as long as you dey Nigeria, this person dey America, it looks more like he will win. Because what are you going to use to hold him exactly? Are you going to sue him? Are you going to involve Interpol? Like, you understand? Yes, if Bob was in America, then Bob can sue him for releasing his audio records. But I'm not sure it can be done from Nigeria to America. Now, when we interpret Bible in the Free Nation, we have 4 main branches. We have the literal, the moral, the allegorical, and the anagogical. What's the literal? What really happened? What's the allegorical? When you use a story to tell another story. What's the anagogical? The anagogy is a prophetic meaning of a one line in scripture. And then what's the moral? The lesson you learn from the story. In this matter, there are two lessons. Stop, cho. One. Two, guys, you need to learn this. Never tell anybody, go and do your worst. You don't have an idea of what somebody else's worst can be. Pop my money gun if you're enjoying this on TikTok. I'm waiting for contributions on Facebook and on YouTube, but I'm not going to take any contribution unless you buy my super chat, super stickers, and super likes. 1,000 stars on Facebook. Bottom left-hand corner, you see how to buy my stars. My Facebook page is Daddy Freeze, DADDYFREEZE. Bottom left-hand corner. If you, that's how you buy my stars on Facebook. On YouTube, bottom right-hand corner, where you type, that place where you want to go and type that Abusi that you want to go and type. Before you type the Abusi, you will see a rectangle with a dollar sign in the middle. Click on it. That is how to buy super stars, super stickers, and super likes. So if you want to contribute on YouTube, and if you want to support Daddy Free's channel, super stars, super stickers, and super likes. Oh yeah. I don't want to close YouTube because I'm bringing lawyers now to analyze it. And once I bring my lawyers, I will lock Facebook and lock YouTube because now no one buy my market. Now market I come here for say. If you want to watch out for free, go Instagram. And since I know say many of you not get Instagram, now where problem go they be this so in the next 5 minutes, once you see me bring lawyer likes, I not buy super chat, super sticker, super likes. Baba, I go come out to you. Same thing with TikTok. I have 344 people watching me on TikTok. Baba, no, you don't buy my money gun. Boo, I go come out to you. Facebook, you don't buy my stars. Boo, I go come out to you. YouTube, my super chat, super sticker, super likes. It don't mean say you won't come watch free show. No problem. Free show is available on Instagram only. Instagram people is free. And then you can make it sweet on TikTok. I can just close even Instagram and focus only on TikTok. So let's do this the right way. Now, in FALZ response to Bobrisky or to the gentleman, he has mentioned that Bobrisky called him, not the other way around. So that is kind of, in my humble opinion, I'm not a lawyer, that is kind of leaning credence to the fact that the voice note, I don't know, I'm not a lawyer, remember, but that's how I'm looking at it. So let's come back to one thing I was saying that's very important. A lot of Nigerians like to call people's bluff. Abaje kini in Nigeria, we are bad of it. We are abaje. God, what's the worst you can do? Let me warn you. You don't have an idea. Now, wait till your papa fit do and your mama fit do you. Now it be the worst too. You don't know person outside waiting if he do you. You don't know where person if he carry you go. I learned this thing the hard way in the UK. We did one club one day, they dance. I don't forget the area. That year, I'm talking about maybe 2009. Normal Niger boy. They dance, they drink, in can get one fraka with one Jamo boy. In can tell the Jamo boy, say, oh, long boy and go buy him. The Jamo boy believe, say the Niger guy go buy him. Out of fear, in can go house, go bring Shakabula. As we did club, they dance, just hear baga. They off the Nigerian guy or delete the guy one time. Everywhere scatter, everybody tear race. Everybody tear race. So when somebody tells you, when you and somebody have an issue, always try to get an intermediary to solve crisis management. That's why we have elders in the industry. Sometimes call person, say, talk to this guy. Or Try to find a way of making peace. Baba, now wetin you fit do, now you know. You don't know wetin another person fit escort you reach your grave site. Until they see say they want lower you inside ground, that person no go come back for your matter. Oh. So this thing are very nonsense behavior. Like, what can you do? What? And it becomes worse. It becomes worse when you actually borrowed money, or you did something to that person that is now telling you that I will do this thing to you, and you are now telling the person, go and do your worst. So you have to be very, very extremely powerfully careful with the choice of your words and how you throw them around. Sometimes you have to learn to manage situations. Sometimes you are right, but the person don't provoke. Baba, learn how to calm down situations. Not be everything be, not the whole world. Olasumbo Raji, thank you very much. Send me a super chat on Facebook. If you're watching on YouTube, on YouTube, you see, a lot of you don't understand that de-escalating a situation can save your life, can save your career, can save your marriage. Just de-escalating a situation. Life is not a bolaho contest. Let me tell you, in Nigeria, we were raised, anything we do, my bolaho big pass your bolaho. My church is more powerful than your church. You ask Christian, go tell you, say, today na Sunday. Oh, you dey go church. Why you dey go that church? Come my church. He tell you say they go church. Must church turn to bolaho measuring competition? Everything in Nigeria, my pastor is better than yours. The God of my pastor is superior to the God of your pastor. My father is richer than your father. It is always a bolaho measuring competition. I will do my worst. Your worst is not as big as my worst. If you do your worst, me too, I will do my worst. And let me tell you something about Instagram. You go follow some people fight for Instagram, finish, go sleep. The person there, your domot, they wait with cutlass. For you, the matter for you end for Instagram. You be this, you do this thing. You sleep with this person wife, you do this, you talk and finish, your mouth run. Some people, they carry Instagram matter, social media matter, come out for real life. Go wait for you for the gate of that place where they say they wait for you, say, So learn how to de-escalate situation. You were raised, listen, in Nigeria, everything, Igbo is better than Yoruba. Yoruba is not good. Hausa is better. That's how we're all raised, in the biggest level of foolishness. Dan Foster, may he so rest in peace, when he came to Nigeria, he said, in America, it was Oyebo against Dudu. When he get to Nigeria, he gonna realize that Dudu get faction. So he could not believe it that there's Igbo that died. What? I thought we're all Dudus. Because he was married an Igbo girl, and the Igbo girl mama say you not go allow marry him. So it was like, what? I thought we're all Dudus. In America, we all be the same. Whether you be Jamo, we're all the same. Oyinbo go look us. And Oyinbo go mess with us on the same level. I don't know if I'm connecting with you. Oyinbo go connect on the same level. But when you reach Nigeria, you can't realize, say, Igbo man go tell you, say, you go call Yoruba man. What name did they call us? Ofe, what they call oil? Ofe is soup. Oil soup, now they drink. Ofe manu. Yoruba mango. As in, so we have that problem and it has subconsciously embedded itself in our minds. So everything to us. I was watching an argument between an atheist and a Christian. And the atheist told the Christian, he said, we are both the same. Said there are 4,000 gods. You believe in one and you disbelieve in 399. The only difference between me and you is I believe in the whole 4,000. You disbelieve in 399 and believe in one. So what makes us really different? So what makes us really different? Now, I don't think because the average Christian does not believe in the 3,999 other gods except his own one God. And the atheist man does not believe in any of the 4,000 gods. So even in you look at an atheist that is so far away from, now only one thing take different from you. Now one thing, now it take different from you. So that now brings us to this mentality of I'm better than you, I'm greater than you, I'm more powerful than you. There's nothing you can do. Never underestimate what one person can do. I have seen women finish their husbands, finish his life, finish his career. And it's not every battle that you can fight. First of all, you also need to understand that Bobrisky is a controversial character like me. There are some battles I will not engage in because I know get supporters club way many. There are some people like Two-Face Idibia. If the whole world stands to fight against Two-Face, the amount of people who go stand with Two-Face will always overpower the amount of people that stand against him. Me, I guess more problem like the whole church go just gather for my head, say, yeah, we told you it's the devil, Antichrist. And they will think they are fighting me as a service to God. So when you know that you are already in a controversial position, like Daddy Freeze that is fighting against 99% of church doctrine, you know that I cannot have more friends than enemies. I have more enemy than friend. Same thing with Bob. Bob is spearheading or pioneering what many consider to be a revolution in the way the human mind perceives gender and benching. Nigeria is not going to like you. So when you know you are already in that situation, it's not like, you see, you can also not become a coward and wallow and no. But at the same time, you have to also caution your bravery so you can manage between bravery and foolhardiness. There's a difference. So it's a very dicey matter. Somebody said, Daddy Freeze, you are not nice. You are not supporting Bobrisky. I'm not supporting anybody in this matter. I'm supporting nobody. I am just being as rational and logical as possible. So I have shared my opinion. What are your thoughts on my opinion? I jotted down some notes. Let me look at the notes. I've been notes ahead. Okay, I think I've addressed everything I wrote down as my notes. If you disagree with me, why are you disagreeing with me? If you agree with me, why are you agreeing with me? I want to bring Belinda Uju. Belinda Uju is a lawyer. So I want, because in as much as we like to share our opinions on this conversation, I don't want to bring just anyone. I want to bring lawyers only. So if you're a lawyer at home or a lawyer abroad, please send me a request. I might consider bringing other people towards the tail end, but right now, all I need is a legal perspective. Pop my money guns if you're watching on TikTok. Boss lady, I see you, Olami. I'm waiting to see the first person that will pop a money gun so I can give them a special shout out. Belinda, I know you are here. Berlin, baby. Belinda, hey, Belinda. That's my first lawyer that I'm bringing up live. If you are a lawyer, please send me a request. Now, I swear to you, if you think this is a joke and you come live and you are not a lawyer and you say you are a lawyer, I will block you permanently from ever having any access to any of my channels. The only reason why I'm bringing Belinda is I know her one-on-one to be a lawyer. So that's why I'm bringing her, and her opinion is valid. So, Belinda.
Oh, hello, Daddy Freeze. I am in transit, but I'll do the best.
Transit,
I can.
where are you going? Abroad again?
Yes, I'm trying transit. And I'm not going abroad yet.
Okay, yet. Okpo. Oshe. Lawyer me. Okay, first things first. First question. Legally, if I call you to have a conversation with you one-on-one, can you legally record a conversation? And if if the answer is yes, under what circumstances can a conversation be recorded? Question one.
Okay. Okay, so hello everyone. You cannot legally record a conversation. Especially, you cannot legally publish the outcome of my conversation with you. Do you understand what I mean? You could record a conversation and keep it, but now publishing it is where the law comes in. That's my privacy, and I can sue you for breach of privacy.
Okay, so let's imagine that I borrowed 20,000 naira from you, because that looks like what you can borrow me.
That's fine.
So, okay, I borrowed 20K from you, but then say I don't borrow 15K from you last year. Way before I pay back, it reached like 5 months, and I can't pay on 2K, 3K. So you don't already anticipate, say something fee happen. You might not, this Daddy Freeze might not pay me my money back. You now record our conversation. Now, you now call me and say, wait, now what's the matter? Why are you disturbing me for this money? Then I now go and say, Belinda, should be me and you the bench now. So all of a sudden now you won't come to drag money from me. At that point, you can see that money is not likely that it's going to come. Can you use that recording to pressure me to give you that money back legally?
Okay, so I'll answer your question, but I'll ask you a question, and the question is rhetoric because I don't expect you to answer it. The question will answer itself. So if I want to take money from you, let's say $20,000, because I believe that you can borrow me that or lend me that. So I want to take $20,000 from you, for instance, and I ask to take your child from you as the collateral or as something to hold on to, because the last time, I don't trust that you will give me back. And I take your child, and then for some reason, I don't pay up or you don't pay up. And I buy the child. So in any way, the law says there's a legal maxim that says ex topi causa non orito actio, which means that an action, you cannot institute an action on illegal grounds. So whether you take me to court, the fact that you obtain this action or the action is instituted on illegal grounds makes it void ab initio.
They sent you to go to the university and you did not go there to have boyfriend. You went there to read. Now, more matters arising. this matter is complex because remember, there was also an element of our skin color, BLACK, and male. Because remember, that's why I brought in the Belinda, me and you are arranging ourselves now. And like, I want to bring, so there's a hint of, because Bob said, me and you, they kiss now, something like that, along those lines. So now, when the guy throws that line, what if I feel that, let me run and go and release this thing, because if he releases it, it will now look like I'm his boyfriend. Maybe I'm asking him for Bolaho picture or those kind of pictures. So what if the guy, if maybe the grounds are illegal, but what if the guy did it to protect himself because Bob don't they go towards where the guy no? My question.
What I'm saying is that it is void ab initio, and the law says that you cannot put something on nothing and expect it to stand. If the means via which you obtained what you may consider as self-protection or are illegal, it is void from inception. So I cannot kidnap your child or buy someone. I cannot buy someone as a means to want to hold on to what you owe me. I'm using tie because that's what we consider as the apex of crime or anything like that. If you obtain something through illegal means, you cannot use it as a tool for defense for yourself. Yes.
Somebody said bring Niger lawyer. You cannot see Korea and Victoria and the Lekki behind her inside the windscreen. Which one is Niger lawyer? Because she speak. Yo, you want to see Lai Wasabi? Anyway, another question. Now, this particular incident occurred between somebody based in the United States of America and somebody based in Nigeria. What is your legal stance? Can Bobrisky sue from Nigeria the guy in the US? Because like you said, the guy's case is based on nothing. But guess what? He's abroad. So in a matter of this complexity, what do you think the outcome may possibly be?
Okay, so the truth is that what I think is not relevant. What is important is what does the law say?
Hey, Berlin baby. She reads Bible for me too. Not just lawyer. This guy get brain everywhere. Sorry. Yeah. Maybe I just know, say I know you. May not just be like, say you don't be any kind of lawyer. Oh yeah, talk,
yes.
Berlin baby.
So, and we must understand that the courts have jurisdictions. There are matters that no matter how sensitive they are for the lower courts, they are for the higher courts. So the fact that whatever country the other person is has its own courts and has its own jurisdiction. So we are in Nigeria. The court's jurisdiction is very relevant to the outcome of every case. There are cases that have been struck out in Nigeria, Nigerian cases in Nigeria that have been struck out because we took it to a court that has no jurisdiction to try the matter. How much more a jurisdiction that is outside of our continent entirely? So in this case, there's no jurisdiction to try the matter in America.
So that means Bobrisky has no hold on this guy legally.
Legally.
Wow. Exactly what I don't know if you heard my analysis. As a lawyer, what do you think of my analysis?
Daddy Freeze, you're a layman. So your analysis are good and I commend you. But everything you're saying, even though you're also bringing morality to it, and I wanted to state that no matter how sentimental we are, I can see a lot of very sensitive and sentimental comments here. We need to understand that there is a distinction, very clear distinction between law and morality. And even though we have our emotions and we're judging based on morals, some people are speaking based on their religion or things that they think. it is not the law. That's why when people go to court, you see that everybody on social media thought that things will come out a particular way, and they don't turn out because there's a difference between law and morality. But again, I commend your analysis. Shows that you're very well read and exposed, and you understand the dynamics of the law, because the law is not static. It's not dependent on what you think on social media or what your church says or what your religion says. Beautiful, whatever you think. But the question is, what does the law say?
Sengbo, repeat that thing you said again. Let it ring in their head. Thank you,
Yes.
thank you.
Again, I say that it is wonderful to have your thoughts, your opinion, your religion, what your religion teaches you, whatever you think. The ultimate question is, what does the law say about the particular matter? And like I said, there's a difference between law and morality. One of the clear differences, or the major difference between law and morality, is that law has punitive measures, recorded punitive measures. Morality doesn't.
And that is why something like adultery is really big in morality, but very hard to prove in the law. There is no punitive measure for adultery.
Adultery, especially in the South. In the North, is considered in the penal code and all the other places, but in the South, in Nigeria, southern Nigeria, adultery is not a crime. So no matter how much your religion or whatever it is tells you that adultery is bad, I will not argue with you, but I'll ask you, what does the law say? Is adultery bad in Southern? Is it a crime in southern Nigeria? The answer is no. So you can go to your church and wail, and go to your families and wail, or you can't bring it to court because it is not considered a crime.
Very beautiful. Now, is there any other lawyer? I wanted to bring Belinda because Belinda, I know and trust her analysis and trust her judgment. And I want to use her as a standard, a benchmark for, unless maybe we have a senior advocate of Nigeria here, I think any other lawyer's opinion is as good as hers, Abby. Unless we have a learned silk, that was now your senior, then that one can now... Abby, how does it work?
The law is there. The law is the law. It doesn't matter who is interpreting it. As long as you are a lawyer called to the bar, yes, you are good to go.
Okay, now I had so many people who are lawyers who wanted to come live and share their initially. A lot of people say, I'm a lawyer. Everybody don't gentle. They don't say law now, they talk Latin inside, because some people don't thought that they will come you know what, I'm a lawyer too. I can just come and I can just wing it. Baba, you cannot wing this one. They don't quote Latin. If you know Sabi law reach that level, just sit down for your house, JJ. Someone is saying she married. She law to one. Let she person they talk of law inside there, you won't marry. Can you marry your sense and brain put together instead of divorcing the two? Let me look for another available lawyer. While I'm waiting for people to send your messages. Oh, Belinda, don't go. If you're a lawyer in the house, send your... Everybody don't quiet now. If you saw the way people were typing, I'm a lawyer, Daddy Freeze, add me. I'm a lawyer, add me. Daddy Freeze, I'm a lawyer. Please, I want to share my... I'm a lawyer. Everybody just gentle. And I'm from a family of lawyers. My mother is a professor of law. Provost of it. My mother teaches law. Many of these senior advocates you have in Nigeria were taught by my mother at one level or the other, whether undergraduate or postgraduate. You know what it is to be provost of a law school, of a college of law? They don't have law, it's college of law. So my mother has risen very high in her academic hula baloo.
We're proud of her.
I'm a lawyer by Suits movie. Can you imagine? See them. Law no exists for Nigeria. Now who get money, they win case. You see, let me tell you something. Belinda explained this thing to you. But many people do not understand what she was saying. It looks sometimes like there is no law because you don't understand. You are expecting morality. You're expecting the judge to judge the case on morality. I'll give you a very good example. Timi Dakolo's wife, Busola, versus Fatoyinbo. I broke down the way the case would turn out a year before it turned out. Everybody shouted at me and insulted me. I said, that's the law. There's so many things they're going to rely on. There's what you call statute. What's that thing called?
Statute barred.
Statute barred. I cannot do something to you 30 years ago, and then it is now because you see that I am now reigning. When I was walking up and down, we were in the same short knicker for 3 weeks, and my shoe had hole. You did not remember that time that you wanted to swim. Now that I see that I just hammered 1 billion, now you now woke up and decided. So some things are statute barred. Now, law is not about what you know, it's about what you can prove. So a person can run and cry and give you an emotional story that will sway you, and you say, oh, hey, yeah. But unless they can prove it in court beyond reasonable doubt, they are not winning. No. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah. People will cry for you and wipe tears. The judge will enter and come out and give you a totally different judgment. At the end of the day, Busola was told to pay Fatoyinbo 1 million naira, if I remember correctly, for wasting the time of the court. I don't remember the full details. That was not, so everybody said, there's no justice in this country. You were expecting them to judge according to Bible, or you were expecting them to judge according to Quran. But the funny thing is, if you are judged even according to the Bible, because people don't read the Bible, it's a totally different thing that will even have come out. But what people were expecting to hear was the coagulation of sentiments of the masses. When the whole masses have come together and agreed that Belinda was a man last year and she changed to a woman, once they agree that anything you tell them, they will not agree. It's called herd mentality. And they expect the judge, someone that went to 7 years in law school, 2 years in postgraduate, worked as 4 years, to come and think like you that you are picking mango on the street. Takasufe, snapping your fingers and whistling. And you expect that a judge? Of course we have corrupt justices in this country. Of course, there are a lot of them. I went through the hands of one, and I'm still going to tell you my story very soon. I'm just waiting for my case that is in Supreme Court, or, we'll get there. But the sentiments of the masses can never be the sentiment of the legal system. The legal system works on a book. And if you want to change the outcome of the legal system, you must change the book. Because that book is what they are. So that's why we have legislators. They amend. So if, for instance, I'll give you an example. Sleeping with a 16-year-old is legal in France, but illegal in America. If it is now done in Republic of Benin, where the grounds are not, they are not really clear on it, maybe let's say their own is 15. Are you going to use the American? That's the problem people make. You see an American will say, it's wrong, it's wrong, it's wrong. But this thing happened in France. It's okay in France. It's wrong in America. That's why Belinda also talked about jurisdiction. Even the laws have jurisdictions. In Singapore, in India, and in 37 other countries, a husband cannot forcefully even in Nigeria, a husband cannot force his wife. That's the law. Whether you believe, it is wrong to the woman in the UK and the US, yes, but in Nigeria, what may happen, the best that may happen is they will say indecency or bodily harm or emotional, but to actually win a case against your husband for doing it by force in Nigeria, you cannot, there is no grounds for it. The book has not accommodated that kind of. So if you want it, you have to accommodate it in the book. I don't know if I'm making sense. So we need to, I'm trying to break these things down to laymen. So laymen, Josie lawyer, we have a lawyer in the house. I know Josie too. Josie was with us during the intellectual debate um, for the elections, clash of the supporters. I remember Josie was on the Peter Obi's team. And the beauty about the Peter Obi team then was, even though at the end of the day they disagreed with so many things, they saw the lawyers understood how things ran. So, two learned colleagues, how are you people doing? At this point, I would say they should bring some ekpankoko. Let me be eating while I listen to you, because it has turned to television for me. I have no standing to be in this conversation except ask questions. Josie, over to you, sir. What are your thoughts?
I really don't know the content of the discussion, because I came on and I heard you were asking for a lawyer. That's why I sent a request.
Okay.
I'm not very sure.
Did you hear about the Bobrisky story?
Yes. Which part of the story?
All of it. So the question one, is it legal for me to record a conversation I have with you privately? First question.
Well, to the best of my knowledge, in Nigeria, to the best of my knowledge, I stand to be corrected. I'm not practicing Nigeria now. You have a right to record a conversation that you're part of.
Now, can you publish that recording?
Can you publish the recording? Okay. So it depends. Again, it depends. Sometimes you may publish an information about somebody that can amount to defamation. Right? You can publish an information, conversation between you and somebody that can be defamatory in nature. So that's on its own can give the person a right to bring an action against you for either, libel, as the case may be. Yes.
Now, another question I asked, which Belinda answered beautifully, but I'd like to hear your perspective on, is if I record a conversation. Did you hear the conversation Bobrisky recorded?
I think I listened to something that's on VDM's page, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Morning, yes.
Now, that conversation.
Yes.
Do you think the guy was right to release that conversation because he did not get his money back from Bobrisky?
Oh, okay. I don't know that part of it. The money part of it, I don't know. I only heard the part that if you can give me a little summary. Okay,
let me bring somebody in like Femi Aderogba to give a summary. Femi, are you available to just summarize? I don't want to be, or can I use Mrs. Linda? Mrs. Linda knows the story very well. I need somebody to give us a summary of this conversation so we may...
So sorry, Daddy Freeze, I have to go now because I think I'm at my destination, but I just want to summarize with a few things.
Awesome.
So again, it's important that we understand that there are certain elements that make up a crime. Even though the act happened and you have evidence of that, the court is always going to consider two things. Actus reus, which is the act itself, and mens rea, which is the intention. You must understand the court must look at the action and must look at the intention. That's one. So it's important that even when we are saying, oh, this happened, it is a fact, I heard the voice, this is that, you must know that when it comes before the court is not only going to consider the action, it's also going to consider the intention before it becomes a crime. That's on one hand. On the other hand, it's just a way to enlighten people.
I'm a bit lost. I really don't know where the conversation is coming from. I came in a bit late. If you can help me give a summary so that I understand where you guys are.
Okay, so there's a trending video or audio that is going on that Daddy Freeze is speaking on. And then he called me up and said I should state what I think and ask me a few questions. And I said, and you're a lawyer, so I said, I do not have my own personal opinion, or which I will not share here. However, what the law states is what the law states. so that if he's in a better position to, or somebody he calls up to give you the rundown of everything that has happened as per the story. But I think that he just brought us here to just give like a legal interpretation of what the position of the law is. So not really to tell what has happened. Again, I'll say that we need to understand there are different arms of government. There's the legislature, there's the judiciary, and then there's the executive, because that's also another angle. I saw people in the comment section saying, how about the prison and what have you? We need to understand that the EFCC is a part of the executive arm of government, so as the prisons. The courts, which is the judiciary, are there to interpret laws. The legislatures have already made the laws that the courts will interpret for the executive arm of government to execute. It is not the responsibility of the executive arm of government to interfere in the judiciary. Neither is it the judiciary's duty to interfere in the legislature. The courts have passed the judgment. It is for the prisons and co to take it up from there. So let's not put the judiciary's work on the legislature or on the executive. I can see that there's a mix-up here and there. EFCC have done their own. If anything is true here, it is up to the prisons to prove. Now,
Bobrisky said, why EFCC is brought into this, Bobrisky said, we don't know whether this is true or this is one of those social media claims, that EFCC collected 15 million from him to drop the money laundering charges.
Well, if that as such could prove, if he's saying 100%. That the burden of proof is on him, however, Nigeria being what it is at the moment, it is not an impossibility. Let me put it that way. Most things like that happen in Nigeria. I heard from the audio clip that VDM played on his page, which I heard. He alleged that he paid and then they took out the money laundering charge, and then they only charged him for spraying of money, which would give a lesser punishment if found guilty. That is what I heard. But let me also mention something. I think one part of that conversation that I'm really interested in was that he or she, I don't know the nomenclature to use. He did mention the fact that Chief Falana was involved, and then for me, I think some people are getting on some things twisted. There was nothing that was said in that audio that indicted Falana. He said Falana applied for pardon. He's a lawyer. He has the right to represent his clients. If you brief me and I apply for pardon for you, I've not committed an offense. He did not say he bribed anybody. He did not say he tried to do anything to cause any corners. He said he was going to apply for pardon for him, and then he paid him 10 million or something like that. But I could see in that in the comments, people were really bashing Falana. I don't know why they're doing all of that. He's a lawyer. He has the right to represent his clients. As a matter of fact, if I remember correctly, in Nigeria, in the Nigerian jurisdiction, as a lawyer, you are not even allowed to reject a brief. Generally speaking, there are exceptions to it, but generally speaking, you're not allowed to reject a brief. So he did what he did for his clients. So I don't know why people are actually blaming Falana.
So DF, I have to go now.
All right, my darling. Thank you so much, Belinda. Thank you. I'm gonna call you once we get done. Once I'm done on the live. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye, Belinda. Thank you very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, I need more lawyers in the house. And does anybody know the story that can share it? Femi Aderogba, I want to bring you to share the story. Right now, I'm still looking for legal opinions. So the only reason why I'm bringing Femi is to share the story. So Femi, I want you to share the story with our brother here. I'm also trying to call Mary Yuen, who is a lawyer. And I'm also going to call another lawyer in the house. Femi, you have not accepted. Let me call Mary. Yeah. Everybody loves Belinda. Don't worry, I have many fine lawyers though. Female lawyers. I want to advertise some of them. Belinda is definitely one. Ify. Mary is not responding. Where is Ify? Mary, how far? Yes, we are talking about Bobrisky. No, nothing's going to come. Yeah. 5 minutes is fine. 10 minutes is too long. Tell them to rush the meeting. We need you now. All right, Mary. Oshe. Sorry, I should have informed her earlier on.
Okay, Daddy Freeze, if I can mention something, I see people in the comment section blaming Falana that Falana knew he was not in prison. There's nothing to show that he knew he was not in prison. You only know that he spoke to him rather. But I don't know why people are saying that Mr. Falana is aware of the fact that Bobrisky was not in prison. Again, all of those, they are yet to be verified. Whether or not he was actually in prison or not is yet to be verified.
Yes. We are still dealing with the fact that Bobrisky could have made claims. So Ebuka Jesse, I'm bringing him live now. Ebuka Jesse is being... Femi, what happened? Femi, what happened? Evidence. Okay. Let me see if I can bring Radio Guard. Radio Guard had an experience with Bobrisky, but I don't want to bring I don't want to cause too much problem, because Radio Guard might take it to the next level. He might end up taking it to the next level. Okay, you reduced it for me. I'm not even going to be able to finish it. So come back in 5 minutes. Ewa General, come and eat a pankoko.
Does it have periwinkle that's not removed from the shell?
Absolutely. See. See a periwinkle. Are you Calabar? Radio Guard don't respond though. Radio Guard don't respond though. Can you come live? Allow. Yeah, open it and pour for. Did you wash it?
Yes.
Thank you, my love. Pour it for me. Bro, how far? I did live. We discuss this Bobrisky matter. Is it possible that you join us? Let me know. So Radio Guard has its own set of ideologies. This one go catch fire if you come. And my beautiful daughter is serving me some ice cold Coke Zero to go with the ekpan koko. Oh yeah. Cheers.
Enjoy. When I grow up, I'd like to be like you.
Let me hear what he won't talk. Okay, he said sure he will join in a bit. Voila, wow. Am I really ready for this amount of... Femi Aderogba, where are you now? I've sent you exception. Someone say, Baba, they try put something for Bele. Hey, this matter where they ground, you know, reach for me to chop. And there's more inside.
Family, this your mischievous smile.
Yeah, Femi.
And I know that.
Don't worry, Coke Zero is healthier than many of your fruit juices, even natural ones.
Yeah,
Femi,
Lord,
go ahead.
of God, Obi Josie. Well, you know, as a lawyer, what can I? How can I argue my case as a lawyer? I've listened to all you've said.
I think give me background of the story.
Background of the story. I thought you actually said.
No, he hasn't really. He just. I want you to explain to everybody joining us live. Please explain what the story is before we bring Radio Guard.
Okay. How can I say it now that I will not mix it up? Okay. You know Bobrisky. He had issue with a guy and 4 million naira involved. Why they are actually having the issue? Bobrisky actually, he said that he should do his work. And I think before that time, they had a conversation of what transpired, why Bobrisky was actually prison. So, and later, Bobrisky, I've been distracted. Let me not check the comments.
Ignore the comments. They will distract you. You can look at the ekpankoko I'm eating.
So, now, at the end of the day, so, the audio Asha leak at the end of the day, and video came out, on social media today, and was to give a narrative about it. So the first narrative was given is that why will Femi Falana and what's it called, FALZ, have even proceed with such a case? That's the first question that was coming from that voice note. Number two, FALZ was now saying that possibly because video was saying that possibly because FALZ was involved in that time, maybe FALZ is also doing the more Z of a thing. That's number two. And number three there was that it was asking that why will an EFCC officer be bribed about that? Why will you have collected bribe to ensure that he got his name off the book? And according to that voice note, it was said that Bobrisky said that someone will get off the book.
Femi, this is your audio.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, and Bob also said that he paid Femi Falana 10 million naira for the service to actually, get the pardon done. So those were actually the detail. And the major issue around it is that can we say that what Femi Falana did was right? Number one. Number two, why Bobrisky was in prison, it was him that guy was using another apartment. Was not actually according to how it has been projected. So the thought where people were saying is that actually right for Bobrisky to actually go to prison and is using another private board to actually start.
Okay, so I'm going to address all these issues, but I think there's one part that these parts you stated now, I'm aware of them. The only part I'm not aware of that the president mentioned that the audio was leaked by somebody because Bobrisky didn't pay the person money or something like that.
Yes.
That was the part I actually wanted to get clarification on. Femi, it seems like you are hanging.
His network is not very good, so we'll bring him back later.
Okay, so let me address the first issues. Number one, that whether it was right for Femi Falana to apply for pardon. Now, see, pardon is open to anybody. It's just like they were saying somebody's been accused of an offense or whatever the case may be, and a lawyer goes to court to apply for bail for the person that you're saying is wrong. There's nothing wrong with it. It is recognized in the law. It's not illegal. It's not something that's illegitimate. It is recognized by law. You can apply for pardon. I give you an example. There were a few people that applied for pardon and were granted before in Nigeria. I'll give you one. One is the former governor of Bayelsa State, the late Alame Sia, who was granted pardon during the time of Goodluck Jonathan. And I think this PDP strongman in Lagos State, Bode George, if I'm not mistaken, I think Bode George, if either Bode George or somebody, one of those PDP strongmen that was convicted in the past, it was also granted pardon. So if Femi Falana said, okay, you briefed me on your case, I've looked at it, I'm going to, I think, let's try and apply and see if you can get pardon. It is well within the ambits of the law. So there's nothing wrong with doing that. Whether it's going to be granted, that is the prerogative of the president. Whether or not it's granted. Yeah.
This is where my own argument is coming from.
Yes.
And you can correct me here. Mm-hmm. To me personally, it's just an opinion. You understand? It's just an opinion. I feel like Mr. Femi Falana, we know Mr. Femi Falana as a man who actually always fights for what is moral. You understand? What is moral?
What is moral? What is legal?
Yes. Well, no. He fights what is moral and what is legal.
But sometimes there's a conflict, like Belinda explained.
For moral, he fights for what is legal, not what is moral. So what, for instance, I will not come to you and say, because, for instance, in our society now, in part of those of us who are Christians say you cannot have carnal knowledge if you are not married. That is strictly moral. Femi Falana will not come and fight you because you have a girlfriend and you are 21 years old, you are not married. He's not going to come and fight you.
Word.
That things that are against the law, things that are a breach of the law, especially Femi Falana actually goes after government and government agencies where government oversteps their bound or where government violates the law. He's the human rights activist. That's here. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with him defending Bobrisky. The case for which Bobrisky was tried is for spraying. That's what he was tried. I think people keep confusing this thing. They keep looking at it that, because he's a cross-dresser. He was not being tried for being a cross-dresser. Even if he was being tried for being a cross-dresser, a lawyer is entitled to a lawyer also. He wasn't being tried for being a cross-dresser. He was being tried for spraying and for mutilation of the naira and stuff like that. So it was on that ground that he was being tried and convicted. He was tried and convicted. And if it came to Femi Falana, whether he was introduced by somebody, whatever, different people will meet our lawyers or our professionals by two different means. It can be by referral and stuff like that. So if he met a lawyer and the lawyer told him that, okay, you've been convicted, there's nothing we can do, but at this point, we can apply for pardon for you. Let me also explain the implication of a pardon. So if you are convicted by a court, when you finish serving your term, you are an ex-convict. But if you are granted pardon by the state, what happens is that ex-convict is expunged from your record. So what it does that it gives you a clean record. That is the implication of.
So you can no longer bring that up against the person.
Not an ex-convict. So if, for instance, you want to contest election, for instance, there are certain offenses for which if you were convicted, you can't hold certain offices in Nigeria. But if for any reason you are granted pardon and it is expunged, nobody can bring that cannot stop you from holding that position because now that's been expunged from your record.
Justin, you were saying something about EFCC the other time.
Sorry?
About recording. You were saying something about recording the other time.
Recording?
Yes. But I was able to check the Nigerian Constitution.
Yes.
Is my audio clear? Okay. I was checking something about the Nigerian Constitution. Section 37 of the Nigerian Constitution as amended. And this section, individual actually has right to privacy.
Okay.
The private citizen, their homes, their correspondence, telegraphic communication is hereby guaranteed protected.
Yes.
Now, don't you think having such an audio, on social media is a violation of this aspect of the constitutional right?
Okay, so let me
Femi Opolong Bona.
So So what happens is that the constitution gives, we call the constitution a grand norm. It gives a framework, and from that constitution, laws are now made. So to the best of my knowledge, if I have a conversation with you, Femi, if I have a conversation with you, I'm not invading your privacy. It's a conversation between me and you. If for any reason I have a right to publish, I'll give an example. There was a matter I was involved in with them 2 weeks ago, and that matter was in the UK. I'm not going to call the name of the university, but that was a university in the UK. This guy is doing a master's in the UK. He has his cousin, his distant relation, who is helping him to do all his assignment from Nigeria. I want everybody to take lessons from this. The was helping him to do, a cousin or a friend was helping him to do assignments from Nigeria. And what happened, there was now issue of oh, you didn't pay me my money. Do you know what the guy now did? The guy who was doing all the assignment now wrote to the school directly and told the school, all this guy's assignment, I did it myself. This is a true life story. Excuse me.
Let me bring Radio Guard.
I did all the assignment myself, ECC. And the result of that was that the school had to terminate the studies of that guy.
Come to my room, love.
The daddy phrase. If I have a conversation with you,
the troublesome Radio Guard. Wala day. Sorry, let him finish, then we'll bring you up. We have Radio Guard here. Radio Guard said a few things about Bobrisky, about his interaction with Bobrisky and why he wasn't happy. So we're going to hear from the horse's mouth. Radio Guard, just give me 3 minutes. Sorry, 5 minutes exactly. Then our lawyers would leave, Radio Guard will talk, and then we'll bring people back, because I don't want there to be interruption when Radio Guard is sharing his side of the story. So you were telling a story, brother. Can you tell that story again?
Yes. Okay, so should I go off or should I start?
Just wait.
All right.
5 minutes. We are rounding off with their session.
It was about a guy that contracted somebody from Nigeria who is helping him to do all his assignments in the UK. He's in one of the schools in Scotland. He was schooling in one of the schools in Scotland there. And then, for some reasons, I think the guy didn't pay him or they had problems. And what he did was that he contacted the school, sent all the information, sent the guy's login details. He's telling the school that I have access to this guy's school account. This. I was one that did this assignment. I did this assignment. I did this assignment. I did this. I did that. At the end of the day, the school suspended the guy, and then they said he violated their policy, and so they have to stop him from school. Excuse me. So, Femi, there is what we call privileged communication. So, a communication between you and your lawyer is privileged.
A communication between a husband and a wife
cannot publish it because that is a privileged. So we're bound by confidentiality. Your communication between you and your doctor is privileged, but your communication between you and somebody else is not privileged. Okay, covered by any.
Just so that we can round up. For Radio Guy to actually take it up. Now, for the Nigerian Evidence Act.
Sorry?
For the Nigerian Evidence Act, 2009.
The what?
Nigerian Evidence Act.
Yes.
The Nigerian Evidence Act.
2011 also stated that when you have evidence, it gave a guideline for how you can present it. And I think the first one is if it's relevant to a case, and at the same time, the legality of obtaining the record.
Yes.
In that particular voice note,
yes,
could have been best presented at the law court, not on social media. Considering the Constitution, Section 34, and considering the evidence 2011. Just educate.
They are two different things entirely. They are two different things. You're talking about admissibility of evidence. Admissibility of evidence is different. So admissibility of evidence is this. So let me give you an example. If I go now, I pick a video, say from Channels TV. I am not the original maker of that document, and I want to tender it. It is not admissible because they will say I am not the maker of the document. Do you get my point? Part of what played out in the election tribunal, but let's leave all of that. So admissibility of evidence is different from whether or not somebody can publish a conversation between me and you. So, but again, let's leave that. But a conversation between me and you, if I bring it, I am the maker of the document.
Okay.
So it's an original document.
Okay.
So it will tick all the boxes for it to be admissible in court, in evidence. Do you get my point?
In essence, what you're saying in essence is that it's not really a bad thing for me to have a conversation with you and you are actually breaching the term of contract and I publish it on social media. Is that what you are saying in essence, in nutshell?
Legally, provided it's the truth, I did not twist anything. Legally speaking, there's nothing you can do about it.
All right, guys. Let's bring Radio Guard on so we can move to the next segment of the conversation. Please, I would be very grateful if you guys can exit to come back in a moment. Josie, be on standby. I'm going to need you and Femi also. So I don't go bring my Fidelity Bank power bank because it can't be like say the battery one day less and nothing is going to stop this conversation. So Femi, help me press X, yes, so that it will just be me and the Radio Guard here today. So Radio Guard, I'm trying to connect the what you might call it. 1 second. Okay, so okay, sorry about that. So this is for me to have continuous battery supply because the phone done the old, just so that I may be able to. So tell us your story. What from what I saw on your page, it seems like you and Bobrisky were chummy. Bobrisky and I have always been kind of cool. But what happened? Let me start by asking you that. What happened with your relationship with Bobrisky? How did things go south? And I noticed that you were a bit aggrieved, if I can put it that way. So what exactly went down?
First of all, I don't like being taken for granted. And, whatever I do, I basically, I do not like seeing people being oppressed, number one. And number two, I've got bills to pay. Do you understand? At first, when Very Dark Man came for Bobrisky, attacking Bobrisky for being transgender or whatever, I felt he was being oppressed, because people have the right to be whatever they want to be. It's their decision. Do you understand? No matter your sexual orientation, nobody should
Just say
judge you for that.
X orientation because of
Yeah. No matter your I understand. Yeah, no matter your X orientation, nobody should judge you for that. He reached out to me. He was like, "Oh, that he appreciates everything." Blah 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 blah. We started talking, but not intimately.
Alone, intimately.
No, but not intimately because
you wear your tell them say your wife just born so that they go know how.
So I get daughter, but not intimately. So, but he was reaching out to me saying thank you and that blah 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 blah. But not be thank you, I go chop. A lot of people are calling me GAY because of you.
Hey, they say you they stay agege.
Now what for you? Then they call me. What you don't know?
They say your Christian name is Gabriel. Oh no.
I don't chop insult from people. Say, why am I supporting Bobrisky on social media? And what I expected, if I was Bobrisky, if I was in his shoes, bro, I don't really need money like that. I dey abroad, I dey work. What I expected Bobrisky to be doing is showing me love, promoting my brand. And I don't have to ask him. If be like say you don't do work, you go come the ask, make they pay you for work where you don't do, or make they reward you. I don't feel enter in DM and tell them say, I beg, promote me now, post my video. I can't be doing that with Bobrisky. Maybe like say they beg him for what I deserve. Do you understand? So I dey defend person, and the person why they defend knows how they defend them. He go come tell me say, bro, I see all the work you're doing. As a matter of fact, everybody's against me, but you are the one who's always supporting me. I appreciate. Thank you, God. You gonna use sexy voice for me. Now your sexy voice, I go chop. And the Anambra boy, I really chop sexy voice.
What part of Anambra are you from?
I'm from Nobi.
Oh, okay, not far
money.
from Oka.
I love money. Do you understand? You know if it's okay, as you day abroad, collect 4 million, collect 5 million. Even when I change am here, no be anything, no be money in me. That's if you don't want to promote me on your page for some reason. Do you understand? Then I reached out to him this morning. I'm like, what's up? What's going on? You said when you were allegedly in prison, you were never in prison to start with. You were in an apartment.
How do you know this? How do you know this? I'm not there.
Because they send me videos only there inside there.
Ah!
My own. He could send me video doing Nash. Why I don't want to see. They send me your Nash. I don't want to see your Nash. I posted all the
Off that mic, 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 off that mic. Ah, Mogbe. Ha!
You understand? I tell him, say, Bob, I think no be prison you supposed to. What did they do inside the apartment? He tell me say that he's in a good place, he's chilling.
Off the mic, off the mic. Let's talk about other things now before I enter trouble. You know, say you did there, me I did here. To carry you go strong. Ah, these are very strong allegations, oh.
Yeah, so basically, what did they do, Bob, now, like greediness? You say you spend 15 million naira for cake. They show us luxury for Instagram. They show us your house. They show us everything. But person will be saying in they support you. Will be saying in name self don't go down. I've lost followers because of Bobrisky. From 500k followers, I got the people say 490. I can't day. Now today, when I talk about them, now followers they come. Nobody, you know, Nigeria is a country where they kick against.
Agege, people living in Agege. Oh yeah, me.
They do. Like for where I did now, nobody send you. You will see two men they kiss for road. The society accepts it. Do you understand? But Nigeria does not accept such. You can see grown man will get beer, will come and they support you. What be say I know they beg you for money, like this what I did now, money don't be my problem. But at least use your brain now. Because if they are good, they don't go make you not go get brain because they are good. You're supposed to get brain. Don't say, this bros don't try. Bros. Collect this one, nobody. Even if you don't want to give me that one, what did I go do to support this guy brand now? What did I go do? You go, because now all of us, you went there that they freeze, you don't hustle for Instagram. All of us, they hustle.
Baba, now hustle at the hustle, bills, deal.
You don't go there in this live video with me now. Now hustle all of us.
Let nobody confuse it. In as much as I love the truth, the only thing I do on social media for free is preach the gospel. Anything apart from the gospel, I'm hustling.
I know they're like very dark by West. I know they do promotion. If you want to promote on my page, come and go do. Because if Instagram go tomorrow, what we go talk? Now we're in day today, maybe they use that.
Maybe they use them, they hustle.
They hustle, they go.
Me, I left radio. Let me explain it to you. Where this thing you are talking.
I've worked in several radio stations. I've worked even I worked in Metro FM. I worked in a lot of radio stations.
I not can't know you for radio. Now social media I can't know you. Because like saying on social media you take blow. Like me too. Guys, I blew on social media.
Radio not go show your face. Like your voice is going to hear.
Yes.
Do you understand? I used to listen to you back then on Cool FM 969. Back then when I be in Lagos. You understand? So basically, that the freeze. I expected the guy before they call him she, but now don't they talk why him be? Bobrisky na man, you know be woman. Don't they deceive yourself, Bobrisky. You be man. That guy was supposed to use his brain, no use his brain. You go there my front, not decide they hate on him or anything. You go to show me so you get money. They show us gold. They show. Oh yeah, now give me some now. Guy when they defend you. This I don't get reputation. I can't they defend you since. You know, so that wasn't pain me. So I just had to let it all out. Because
but did it do something specifically to you, or you were just because sometimes people assume that is love. It's not like you are doing. It's not everybody that understands that social media is a hustle. Some people just think that, oh, we like to gist, we like to have fun. That's why I want us to draw clarity from this conversation. When you see me awake in the middle of the night at 3 a.m., I don't know if you've ever seen me before. It's for me.
All the time. And they wake up for midnight, I go peace in their life.
So I did that 3 a.m. They talked to my Canada and my US audience. I did it for 1 year before I got my first gig. I was weak. I knew that I was going somewhere with this. It's part of the reason why I left radio. So the first 1 year, I scattered my sleep pattern. If you know how many sleeping drugs I'm on, just to be able to regularize my sleeping pattern, just so that I can attend to my audience that I have built in USA and the UK. That's why I have topics that are Jackpa. It is based for Canada and America. Then a lot of people just think that, oh, Daddy Freeze, like some people come back, you are awake at this time, just the way your papa they do security work in the middle of the night. Now so me too, I dey awake, they do my hustle. So people need to understand that when something happens on, and how does Bobrisky make his money? It is through this same social media. So sometimes you are not able to give money. Because whether you like it or not, I'm going to share this with you. If somebody shows you 200 million on social media, he probably is worth 220 million.
Sure.
He go just get small remain for bank. The rest they use as show. So a lot of people don't understand. They think that a normal person, for him to show you 200 million, get 1 billion. But entertainer, sometimes they don't even get that 200 million where they show you complete. Their own inside now 150 million. Some now borrow. Some now I will be paying in installments. So a lot of people don't understand this. And sometimes when we show off the things we have, people tend to overestimate us and expect a lot. And that is why, as much as possible, before I started doing videos in front of my car, I did do them in cotton. I would not wear normal $5 t-shirts where my branded, this brand is paying. You don't realize that this is, they are paying me for me to wear it.
Sure.
You understand? Just as you like New York Yankees, now so I like my New York Yankees. But the company where they pay me, they don't tell me, say, when you are going on this live, take this change, wear our brand. So that's one problem first. Sometimes when these people show off, it is to create awareness for their brand and to open doors for certain possibilities, partnerships, and conversations. Let me tell you something. As an entertainer, I arrive somewhere in a brand new Mercedes. I'm going to be treated differently if I arrive there in an Uber.
Sure.
So all these things entertainers do now still part of the hustle. So I'm trying to plead on behalf of Bob now that maybe sometimes all these things where they should not be saying to get on too much like that. Not just onto the branding. But still, I'm understanding where Radio Guard is coming from. Sometimes don't give me money. Post me on your story. Do you understand? I was telling one entertainer this same thing. Baba was expecting me to defend him every time. Give me interview. I don't need your money. I don't need.
Exactly my point. I never even needed his money.
I don't need your money.
My brand.
Just come to my live and chat with me for 15 minutes. Bring me 10,000 followers. Just 10K more. I know how I will monetize those 10,000 followers. It is my duty. Do you understand? But when you now don't want to give me any of these things, but you now want me to owe you allegiance, it now becomes a problem. But you see, me, I go come beg you, radio guard. We say, you don't want. Have you released any of those videos?
I've not released them since morning now. You don't think now. You don't think now.
Because now you are going to cast a shadow on me. If to say I know you, not because of anything, no, not because of morality or anything, but anyway, make I not talk. It is what it is.
So basically, why I released the video now to back Very Dark Man up. Normally, everybody knows how to ever agree with Very Dark Man, but I released that video of him in an apartment to back him up on the fact that he was actually in an apartment, not in prison. And I feel it's unfair on some people that you get people when we say they go put for prison, come get some people when we say they go put for apartments. And the people when they put for apartments no go get sense. Like you said, money is not everything. It's all about agreement. It's all about
how can you share deep secrets with somebody? Make the knock on day financial tie where you go fit take hold. Okay, say take hold this 1 million or 1,000 pounds. Shebi na UK you dey.
1 million no even reach 1,000. 1 million na 400 pounds.
Yes, so okay, 2 million or that exact 1,000 pounds. Say, Baba, just hold this one. It might not be anything to somebody in the UK. That's 3 days, 4 days money they go don't spend and finish.
Money for food.
But it just shows that I appreciate, because you cannot have the. Then secondly, I said something before I brought you in. Do you think they put this Bobrisky for problem now? Cho. I know say I dey talk. I talk for a living. When I talk because I talked 26 years on the radio. Now talk I take feed my family. Now talk I take send my children go university. They finish university. But you see, we need to draw a line. How you, let's even imagine, I'm sorry I'm going to say this, but Bobrisky was privileged to be in an apartment. His cho abused that privilege.
And let me now tell you, I never asked Bobrisky to send me videos of him in an apartment. I never asked him to send me those videos. I do on my own. He sent me voice notes. Blah, 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 blah. Before I know what's going to happen, he don't send me videos of him in an apartment. Do you get? I never asked for those videos.
Can you imagine? So do you know how many people Bobrisky would have sent these same videos to?
Do you understand? So why would you come out and deny the fact that you sent a voice note? He came out and debunked that he sent a voice note to someone when you actually did it. If you watch my video, you will see that the same voice was the same voice Very Dark Man played. So why did you deny him? You're not supposed to deny him.
Guys, I don't know anything about it. His name is Radio Guard. He's just my guest. I've not talked to Bobrisky in a long time. I don't know about the apartment. I don't know anything. No. Please help me tell them that I don't know about it. Apart from my birthday, when was the last time I talked to you last?
It's been 8 years.
And before they can't say that the freeze, you are part of them.
Yeah. So basically, if I know they benefit from your hand, I might not send you, even if you like, make you be the biggest celebrity. As I come this place where I did now, nobody give me transport, come this country. I be hustle on my own, carry myself, come here. So I know they see anybody. As long as you're not contributing in my life, and me, I they contribute for your own, because for me to be defending you and collecting GAY name, people don't follow me. They enter my DM, they tell me, say if they see me for Nigeria, they go shoot me because of you. Wow. Not be smart, Not be smart thing. They tell me say they go buy me because say I be GAY, they support Bob. Then you when decide to support, you don't go say, once in a while, this boy they try, they see videos every day. Make I repost 1, make I repost 2, make I repost 3. Don't give me money. And they work. I do 36 hours in the UK and I did 12 hours every night. I they work. 3 days. I don't do my 36 hours. I don't need your money. But repost my content. You don't go repost. The only thing we're going to send me a voice note with your sexy voice, where they do like, they form like woman, they tell me say you've done a lot of surgeries, they tell me say thank you, God bless you, and go chop. God don't they bless me already. I know they poor. So support my hustle, support my grind. That's how it's supposed to be. You know? So that difference, that's basically what it is. Now person will not get sense. Now why did it affect them like that? Bob don't get sense. I need to they talk. After this experience, he go learn to keep secret to himself. You know even supposed to tell me because I never needed to know. I didn't have to know where you were, bruv. I didn't have to know.
Okay. The matter has be as it gets. Radio Guard, thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. I know sabi wetin I want talk again. The matter don't weak me. But me, I go talk for this life, eh? Church no good. Let me bring in a lawyer. Mary, are you ready for me? Bro, you don't understand how weak I am about this matter. As in, I am weak. I am weak.
I understand.
There are some people that you let me tell you something, and this, you also need to be careful who you are helping in this life. Because some people will put you in trouble just for helping. So, you know, sometimes some people don't pity you. Say, you know what? This guy don't go through a lot. Make I just help him. You understand? Make I just help him. You know? And then they'll come go mention your name. You guys don't understand. Everybody now knows, say, you call Polanco. Now, me, I live in Lekki. Polanco is down the road from I love cars. Anytime I drive past any car shop, I go look all the motor from the lowest Corolla to the highest Range Rover or Lamborghini or whatever it is that they have in store. I like motor. I don't know the name of who get Polanco. Now we don't know who get his name. You don't go talk. Some people, helping them, having pity on some people can put you in trouble. Can put you in trouble because they don't get the discretion to realize that this guy covered for me. I'm not supposed to talk.
Okay, see now, you know that time when saying they give names of people will help and when in the prison. When they say, oh, Don just gave him 5 million, this one gave him 10 million. I expected Bobrisky to add my name. Oh, radio helped me this way. Oh, this guy kept looking out for me. Oh, little things matter. Little things. You understand? Because I'd like me like that. Okay, who you? Wow. It's well.
As in, I'm bringing Mary live. You are right, brother. You are right. And sometimes, to be very honest, I say this all the time. Sometimes.
Hi, dear.
Hi, Mary. Sometimes I don't appreciate people enough. Because right now there are 2,200 people watching me on Instagram, 1,100 on YouTube, 600.
You look like a shake.
600 on Facebook and 450. But you actually do 450 on TikTok. I cannot appreciate everybody. So if you feel unappreciated, please forgive me. I love you all. Mary, what are your thoughts on the ongoing saga?
Yes. Honestly, let me start off by saying that I'm not quite sure. I mean, I appreciate Very Dark Man's role in trying to expose the ills of the society and things that are going on. But I don't think he really understands what is called the attorney-client privilege. It's a very important part in the legal profession in any jurisdiction that I'm aware of, at least in Nigeria and Canada. So if you hire a lawyer and you tell he's in confidence, say for murder charges or something, and you say, oh, I actually did this, But the lawyer is supposed to defend you with every form of diligence and zealousness within the ambits of the law. So Bobrisky approaches Falano and says, "Oh, I really actually did this. However, what's the way out?" It's the lawyer's right to say, "Oh, you can do this. You can apply for pardon. You can apply for clemency. You can do this." Like, they can suggest a whole plethora of things for you to consider that can get you off the hook, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, as long as it is within the ambits of the law.
Let's talk about let me take you back a little bit. Let's talk about the guy, the 4 million, and the guy releasing Bobrisky's audio. As a lawyer, what is your take on that?
I don't know how it is, but here in Canada, you're not supposed to record people without their permission. It's actually against the law. In Nigeria,
Now, sorry, hold on. We have two scenarios. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. There are so many questions. Please don't be angry. We have two scenarios.
Okay.
We have a guy talking to Bob, and Bob recording the conversation, and then we have Bob sending videos to Radio Guard about being in an apartment. Can Radio Guard and voice notes as well? Can Radio Guard release those videos? Can he publish those videos? Does he need any legal permission to publish those videos? And what's the difference between Radio Guard releasing videos that were sent to him as compared to an audio conversation that was recorded without your knowledge? What does the law say about both situations?
Okay, in a situation where I'll start with Radio Guard. In a situation whereby somebody intentionally and without any form of coercion sends a voice note or video to me without any clause or caveat saying this is confidential, this should not be released. It can't be word of mouth. If as is written, if I do anything that, then I'll be breaching the agreement between myself, the confidentiality agreement or clause between myself and that person and Bob. But whereby you just send me something, anybody sending something in this internet day and age ought to know that there is a possibility of leak of that. No agreement on ground, written agreement on ground. And also, if I send something confidential to somebody, I'll also be aware that this can go out. So I want to believe that, I know that for sure Radio Guard is not breaking any rules, because that particular information came from Bob himself, right? So he's not breaking any rules. He's not compelled to be loyal to Bobrisky to do anything confidential or to ensure that the information does not leak per se. But in situation of that other guy recording Bobrisky without Bobrisky's knowledge, there should be, I don't know I'm not too sure the privacy laws in Nigeria.
Radio Guard, at any time, did Bobrisky tell you not to release the footage that he sent you?
No.
Even if he even told him, as long as it's not
He didn't mention that.
As long as it's not written and there's no voice recording as to an agreement between the two of you saying, "Oh, do not release this." He just did that in good faith, hoping that you would act in good faith, right? When a situation whereby there's no written agreement and there's no voice agreement recorded saying that this information is confidential, it should not be released, then you're not going to be held accountable under any rules, as far as that I know. But in the situation of that other guy who actually recorded it without his knowledge, now that is wrong. That is completely wrong. And I think that is also breaching the privacy rules. There should be some privacy laws for that. Yeah.
However, Mary, what if the guy did it to protect? I asked the other two lawyers, and I want your opinion on this. What if the guy did it to protect himself because he felt Bobrisky was not going to pay him his money back? I'm losing my lawyer.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to have a mature conversation around this. Painful.
Yeah, she'll be back.
So, Radio Guard, there is nowhere, even orally, where Bobrisky said, no release this, so I'm not sending this for your eyes only. Oh. Ha. Omo, I'm sorry to say this, but anybody that has anything one-on-one with Bob, whether it's money, whether it's love, just know that thing can come out to the public. This is scary. Bob, you can't do this. I'm not saying I support you being in an apartment when everybody else is in real. I'm not saying I'm supporting it. But even if it happens, can we learn some discretion here? The social media hustle, where all of us, they hustle. Now everything will carry come. I'm worried. I'm really, really, really worried. Radio Guard, thank you so much. Is there anything else you want to add?
Yeah, no, it's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
Thank you so much. I appreciate.
Thank you for having me. Yeah.
I appreciate you coming to my live, and I do hope that this gets resolved one way or the other. Sabil, now your shoe with the see so now Samsung you use take call.
Well, now my Samsung.
Don't worry, we know Samsung. We the Sabia, we they catch them.
Oh, you're not a Samsung fan?
I'm both.
Oh,
I use both.
Okay. I have the two latest Samsung either way. Anyway, but I want to come from a tech view on this matter. It's important that I make this very clear, or we share this knowledge with everybody. I know you are looking at the litigation parts more and other stuff. But DF, let it be known to everybody today, just in case you are not aware. Anything you share electronically, there is always ability to retrieve it. Every call that you make in this life can be retrieved from your network provider. How you're going to know this is, how do you think that if today, if the F, I don't want to mention their full name, decide to investigate you, they can subpoena your network provider to provide call logs and history of your conversation on a topic that at the time you were not even under any investigation. Do you understand?
Hey.
So, yes. So with that being said, I just want to make sure that anything you know that you don't want anybody to know, don't even say it. Do you understand? So that is one thing to be very, very much aware about, because regardless, this conversation between Bob and every other person that he or she communicated with while she was in that apartment, allegedly, they can pull everything up. Okay? 3, I am not a fan of anybody, not because I'm anything against them. I live in a free country, and everything is free. But you can decide for yourself what you want to be. But something I must say here, for the first time, I had to do a search on Bob's page yesterday, and I was surprised that Bob had over 3 billion followers on Instagram, even higher than Very Dark Man, VDM on Instagram, and other big guys. So I was like, wow. Now, while Bob was in that apartment, Bob was very bored. Okay? There's a difference between having freedom of movement and to be kept somewhere without freedom, and all you have might just be your cell phone and the internet. So most persons that Bob spoke with naturally will not be people that he or she would be speaking with every time. Even this radio guy there would testify that during the time Bob was there, that was where he had more calls from Bob. Do you understand? So, because at that time, Bob was bored. So you keep looking for who to talk to, who you can call, just to bring your head out of that meta torture. Because once you are being sent to a correctional center, it is a meta torture for you. Okay? So I want people to pardon. Well, we don't need to pardon, but I just want people to understand that why no one can defend Bob, but it's important to understand that for you to understand what actually happened to Bob, you need to be in Bob's condition. Do you understand? So Bob was not just, or it's not like naturally, I can't tell because I don't know Bob. Bob might not be the person that talks too much. The condition might have pushed Bob to talking too much. That is another thing I want to say. Then when it comes to the issue of this Bob matter, technologically, do you know that recently our guy here, who is currently being with the under arrest, right? Our main guy here, Didi.
Yeah.
Mr. Combs. Mr. Combs, we know Mr. Combs' roommate today in the J. We know his roommate. You know, I can tell you the name of the person sleeping right beside Mr. Combs today, tonight, wherever he is, you know. So the correctional department would definitely have a very good job to do. This ranting by this fellow who came out to mention this or blow up this stuff. You know, I am not interested in anybody's personality, so I don't want to talk about him. I don't even want to talk much about Bob, but I am deeply concerned, my brother. I know the work that you do on social media. I know how you've been able to educate people on a lot of subjects. I know your limitations because you are currently in Nigeria yourself. But for us, we are deeply concerned because this is a very bad image for our country. You know, when I said Bob had over 3 million followers, the reason I made that comment is this, so that you understand that the people or persons involved, these allegations have gone all over the world, around the world, and the internet is watching, okay? It's watching because it's not trying to show that most of our institutions, when I mean institutions, our federal institutions, are not strong enough. This is why tomorrow, when you submit a document to the embassy, you would be surprised that it's not being honored, you know, because how can someone come out publicly and say that someone who was, do you know that every day the FEA provides EFCC with awards? You know, I don't want to give you because you know who I work for here. So there's a secret I will share with you later. A lot of FA guys today have free visas to the United States because they were being awarded for their diligent work that they do. And just because of a mere 15 million, the image of such a beautiful institution will be dragged. That is a mere 15. I'm telling you, DF, it's a mere 15 million naira. So what I am trying to say here is this: whether Bob meant it or not, is a total damage for Bob and the system. Even if Bob was lying, a farmer must make sure that Bob, the full weight of the law, hit on Bob. That one is for sure. Then, if Bob wasn't lying, she stand a better chance of even going scot-free if he wasn't lying. I'm telling you the truth. Because if Bob wasn't lying, Bob will rather be the person to right now seek legal counsel from a very, very strong lawyer in that country to protect Bob, so that everything that Bob has said, Bob can stand by it. Because it would be worse for Bob if anything that was said that Bob could not stand for it. Then finally, the technology that FA have is too much. Trust me on this one, DF. The United States security system has a special department that works with FA. The highest technology in the world. They can use it to get all that communication. So, Bob, don't even need to think about it. I'm telling you the truth. Bob don't even need to think about it for a minute. What Bob needs right now is not just only advice from legal experts. Bob needs to just go low, you understand, and make a complete retreat from whatever has happened, you understand, and see what they can do, they can do so that this matter, the parties involved, because at this point the parties are EFFA, NCOS, who was formerly Nigerian prisons, is now Nigerian Correctional Services. Yes. So the correctional services, which is supposed to make some corrections for Bob, is now being alleged that there was no correction received by Bob. So if, then we will also talk about the presidency. In terms of the following and all that law or what FALZ, I don't know, I think FALZ is one of the judges' person or whatever. Yes, lawyers have every right to seek and help clients regardless of their background. It is one thing, okay? Lawyers have every right. However, the alleged voice notes indicated that there was a bribery in the pardon process. Do you understand? So that
yes,
is
but
the
what
matter.
if Bob denies the voice notes?
So at this point, Bob can only deny the voice note if FA allow and agree for Bob to deny the voice note. I just said to you that Bob cannot deny the voice note because they already have technology to determine. These have gone beyond Bob accepting or denying. Does that make sense? Yes. So that's what I'm trying to explain. So Bob cannot deny, God forbid, it's like me and you, me and you will have interactions in the past, typo and everything, as friends and everything. God forbid. They are good interactions, by the way. But what I'm saying is, no matter what happens, even if I delete from my hand, you delete from your hand, there's technology to bring everything back. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm here today. I'm talking on this live session. Some persons are capturing this right now, right? If I go tomorrow and say I wasn't here, I denied. It's not only playing the video, this thing have already been encrypted, okay? So, everything is there. So, that's all the problem with most of our big, what they call them, social media or politicians is this. They quickly make statements in a rush. After this happened yesterday or 2 days ago, I would have expected that Bob would have remained silent. You see, anytime you have any public issue, the best thing you can do in life is to shut your mouth. Because if today Bob is denying, already released a statement that is a fake audio or something like that, and tomorrow a lawyer now advised that your best bet is to accept it and defend it, that become contrary. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So this is what we are saying. So they are continuing to do the same crime that they should have avoided in the first place. So if there is anything that you don't want out there, it's better not to do it rather than assuming. So I think I've been able to contribute my 2 cents. Hopefully we'll talk again.
Okay?
I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that, brother. Okay, we've got our lawyer in the house all the way from Canada. Very beautiful Mary. Mary was my mom's student. I say this all the time just so people know that my mother is a professor of law and provost of... Mary, my mom was provost of College of Law when you were in school, Abi.
And a family law teacher as well.
And
She
my
was
mother
family law
taught
teacher.
Mary family law. So I tend to be very biased towards Mary because, you know, nah, small family history day. So, Mary, over to you. What are your thoughts?
I think Sabio, he hit the nail on the head when he talked about subpoena. Like, for example, there was a time that Justin Bieber had some issues, and I think the tweets were quickly deleted. The courts subpoenaed that the deleted tweets be brought forward. And being someone who works in a tech company, I know that on the back end, we have access to every single thing you do on your computer, basically, or on your phone. So yes, in a situation whereby Bobrisky denies text messages or calls or whatever, he can be the service provider, maybe the network or the social media platform, can be subpoenaed to produce the document in terms of substantial evidence, right? So yes, and like I said before, we live in a digital age. Everything is public. The cheapest thing to get right now is information. So if you don't want something to get out, then don't let it out. Also, I think Bob made a very big mistake with trusting anybody at all with the information that he was not in prison. And I know, yes,
That's why I said it. Cho.
That kind of situation, they let you bypass the system. You just keep quiet and enjoy your time, your supposed time incarcerated, and then when you come out, you learn your lesson. It will even help you analyze who your friends are and who your friends are not. So I think he should have just kept quiet at that point, and then sending to Radio Guard, sending to that other guy, the guy recording him owing money. It's just a lot of, and to be honest, that guy recording, he's not his friend, so I don't know why he did. I mean, if someone trusted you with that level of information, I don't know why you.
But if someone trusted you with that level of information and then borrowed you money, why are you not paying back the person's money?
Maybe he's not in the position to pay. Maybe he doesn't forget about what we do on social media. We do a lot of show up on social media, but is Instagram real life? I don't think so. Instagram is not real life. A lot of people might have the money they might be showing you might be all they have. Instagram is not real life. Bobrisky might not have as much money as he's saying he has. Forget about Instagram. So I don't know why he didn't do that. I don't know. That's like a business gone bad, and then the other person starts to run their mouth and all of that. But I personally do not think that information should have come out because it was said to him confidentially. But that's between them. I'm not involved.
Now, what will you describe as the possible outcome of that that information that was not supposed to come out but eventually came out? What's the worst that can happen from a legal standpoint?
Bob can sue based on the fact that he was recorded without his consent. However, it's also very dicey because you are the one giving out the information. And this person doesn't owe you, he's not your brother, he's not married to you. He doesn't owe you some form of confidentiality, so to speak. So it's going to be very dicey. The person suing would come from the point of he was recorded without permission. The other person would have said, oh, you didn't tell me you didn't want it to be let out. You didn't tell me anything. It can go either way. The law is an ass. It swings, the pendulum can swing either way. That's how I understand it. So it can go based off of, oh, there's no confidentiality agreement between the two of us. Oh, but you're the one that gave me the information. What were you thinking? If you gave me the information, you didn't tell me you didn't want it to be let out. You said it to me like, oh, you are a big man or a big boy. You can bypass the system. You didn't say it to me, so to speak, not to let any other person know. So the pendulum can swing both ways. That's how I see it. Depends on who argues better and who presents better facts that convinces the judge. So that's how it will go in law. But yeah, On the issue of very dark man, I don't know. I think he should just get more education on attorney-client privilege and why a lawyer can advise their client on what to do. It doesn't mean the person is also a gay man. Or you've come to me with your problem. You're looking up to me for solution. I will give you solution within every ambit of the law to get you off the hook. That's my job as your attorney. But I don't have to. I can even suggest something that can actually try to bypass the system. The point is to represent you to the fullest extent. That is what lawyers are charged with by the rules of professional conduct in most jurisdictions. So the Falanos have done nothing wrong. And the insinuation that he is a gay man, I think that's actually wrong on the part of...
Just say agege. Say agege.
Yeah, the insinuation that he's agege is part of is a careless statement. It's something that should be retracted so that he's not viewed with ridicule in the eye of the public, you know. So yeah, that's basically the whole. To me, the moral of the story is talk less. Not everybody needs to know everything. Secondly, a lawyer can advise anybody on what to do as long as within the ambits of the law. Yeah, and whatever I said to you in private, that's why, for example, we have issues when, for example, nudes get leaked. You can actually sue the person for breach, right?
Yes.
It also applies to phone calls too. If you did not consent for it to be released, it should not be released. If you didn't consent for it to be recorded, it should not have been recorded. So one can actually sue based on that. But like I said, it can go either way. So yeah, that's basically the summary of the story.
I don't want to talk too much before they add Daddy Freeze to the list of people where they do cho-cho-cho.
DF, you can't talk your mouth. Whatever you want to say. I'm very careful.
You know, say you dey Canada now, so you don't get problem. Now we wait there on ground because the way I'm looking at this matter still never blew.
But it actually makes the Nigerian legal system look weak. Because why is somebody who is supposed to be incarcerated not incarcerated?
It's beyond, it makes it look as in, it throws a lot, it casts a lot of shadows on so much stuff that is even beyond just, what do they call this thing? The legal system. It shows that there is a huge deficit, if I may put it that way, in the way everything from the anti-graft agencies to the judiciary to the police, it just shows that something no just day complete and is worrying.
That's the country we live in, unfortunately. Like, I mean, but this is not to say that a lot of this might not even be the first time it's happening. Just unfortunate that this one came out to the light of the public. But I want to, because of the way Nigeria is set up, there are some people who were allegedly in prison, but were not actually in prison. It's possible because the system is rigged, as we all know. But it's not something that should come out to the public. It shouldn't be public information, to be honest. So, but BDM has a lot of boldness. I have to give it to him.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mary, for joining me live. Do take care of yourself. And guys, we're going to continue with the conversation as it evolves. The moral lesson in this matter is, if you are privileged to enjoy a facility nobody else is enjoying, learn to close your mouth. As in, like I said from the beginning, 70% of all this is on Bob. And then somebody borrows you money, and then you are telling the person to do their worst. They've done the worst now. And their worst is not only you. They don't carry prisons join. They don't carry EFCC join.
Dear, people on your life are saying that I'm not taking a stand, or I'm supporting both sides, or I'm speaking for both sides. I can't. I have to be a neutral.
We all have to be neutral. We all have to be neutral. You see, Nigerians want people that will come and say it is like this, like this. Nothing is 100% black or white. Nothing is 100% black or 100% white. And the day you people understand this, the better it is for us all. So please, I'm begging you, please, make una leave this matter as this matter take be. So thank you so much, Mary.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys, for listening in, and have a great day.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Mary. Thank you. Pop my money guns, and I no grip up. Now only one person pop my money gun now. As I see saying I hustle with a hustle for this social media, and I no one support. If you're watching on YouTube, super chat, super stickers, and super likes, and buy my stars on Facebook. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone. Like I'm saying, we will continue trying very hard to educate one another and also help one another achieve what we're all trying to achieve. This is really, really sad, and I don't even know what to say. You can see that it don't be like say I give up, I tire, I weak. Thank you guys so much. God bless you all, and I'll be back later on tonight at midnight to have our usual midnight conversations. At the end of the day, if you ask me, this matter did not need to escalate to where it got to, especially since Bob was given the chance to sort the matter on a how do I put it? Bob was given the Baba, settle this matter. If you don't get person money, you get how you go do them. Bob no waiting enter. And as in as in with your own hand. Now you don't understand, eh? Somebody needs to talk to Bob. As a day like this, I dey fear those kind of people. So me and you get conversation on any topic. Then tomorrow, Bob ọmọ Yorùbá ni Ọlọ́run gbọ́, àfọwọ́fà lélẹ́yìí o. Àfọwọ́fà lélẹ́yìí. You could have managed this thing better. You could have managed this thing better. I'm sorry. You could have managed this crisis better. You see, let me tell you something. Many of us on social media do not have the privilege of a good education. You get waiting, I go talk. My youngest sister is usually my lawyer. Baba, if my youngest sister go, now 9 years I take senior ramp. If she go hard on me, she will not come around and say, this thing you said, do you know the implications of what you said? I go to follow her and say, what do you know? She say, Baba, this. By the time she breaks it down, I will look like a complete dingbat. Many people do not have proper legal advice. As in, Bob, as in, if they do person, how you go allow yourself enter the, as in, how? So God don't help you turn your water to wine. You can't use your own hand, turn them back to water. Now, because of your cho, nobody go want help you now. That last time everybody was sympathizing. Anybody will sympathize with you now. He himself, they look for problem for himself. These are my thoughts and these are my honest worries. Apostle Suleiman said something. No? He said, because you have plenty followers, you think you have plenty people that like you. 95% of your followers are monitoring spirits. 95% of your followers are monitoring spirits, hoping you will go down. Because let me tell you something, when you are going up, it's not entertainment. But when you are crashing down, they will laugh. And learn. So listen, lessons to learn. Write this down, all of you that are listening. Lessons to learn. Number one, watch your mouth. Not everybody that you talk to is your friend. One. Number two, stop telling people to do their worst. Go and do your worst. Go and do your worst. 9 don't drag EFCC. 9 don't drag prison. 9 don't drag everybody into your mess now. Go and do your, as in not being able to manage crisis. I'm angry. I'm not going to lie. I'm angry. Sometimes in this life, you can fight online and drag with people, but sometimes it gets to a point where you realize that at this point I have to back down because maybe I'm overdoing it. Now, 3. When you talk too much, you mess your real friend. Those ones that actually stood for you. But people go hear the name Bobrisky now, they go run. Why? I have people that I share confidential stuff with. I have people that I talk to one-on-one. I have people I love and respect. And I have people who share their confidential stuff with me. And I know when to keep quiet. Learn to keep quiet. Sometimes in life, you even have to apologize. The person might be younger than you. He might not even be right. Crisis management. 3 things now I put Bobrisky for problem. Crisis management. Talking too much. And people not being able to tell the difference between your truth and your lie. Anger management, crisis management, they are the same thing. Very important. Very, very important. Guys, for anything you want from the USA delivered to your homes, your doorstep in Nigeria, buy direct from USA.com. Buy direct from USA.com. Buy direct from USA.com. Just type it right now, wherever you are. Type that website, buy direct from USA.com. Now, no, 3 things you need to learn. 1, crisis management. Stop daring people. You don't know how far some people can go. 2, stop talking too much. And the third one, is know who to help. Some people don't help Bobrisky now enter problem. That's the one way they pain me. People will genuinely use their office, make this guy no suffer too much. More use our office, help him. Some of them are going to be stripped of their ranks. Some of them are going to be demoted. Some of them are going to be sacked. Some of them are even going to go to prison. Be careful who you help. Walk around with a strong spirit. Build your spirit. Some people, when you just see them, just know, say, this person, just carry, don't borrow people. Some people don't borrow their money. Some people, they buy, they go, let them buy. Some people, when they buy, allow them to buy. I'm telling you, I'm sorry, this thing I'm saying should not come from the mouth of somebody who preaches the word of God. But, Baba, they say one small pikin, water they carry and go, water they carry and go. One priest jump into the water, go save the small pikin. Guess who the small pikin be? Adolf Hitler. That small pikin where they save. He later buy 500 or 50 million people. I'm making, because I am seeing, do you know right now, some people, they cry for their house, say they help Bobrisky. Now they are crying with that, as in, their wife, they cry, their children, they cry, they don't know whether their papa will go prison or their mama will go, just because they help person will not feel quiet him out. I usually don't take stands when it comes to things, but this thing, they pain me personally, they pain me. I'm not saying what they did is right, but be careful who you help in this life. Some people have no appreciation. Person borrow you money. I am a slave, I say this, to my lenders. I mean, at debtors that they call them. Debtors now who they owe me money. Those ones with me, I owe money. And my clients. If you've paid me for a service, I'll make sure I do the service very well. If you were rude to me, if you talk down on me, if you behaved in any funny way to me, I must do that your work first or refund your money. Once I've done your work and I did not like the way you behaved, I will never collect your work again. That time, I will remove the client privilege. You are now no longer my client. You can now no longer talk to me anyhow. Say, I give you the privilege of being my client, and then you are rude to me. I'm still your slave. I'm my client's slave. But now I have to choose the clients whose slavery I want to submit myself to. Because some clients, their head no correct. But person pay you money to work. You can't talk to the person anyhow. And if you borrow money from person, that person are your oga until you pay that money back. When you pay the money back, it can still be counted as a favor. They will still use it against you. When he wanted to buy a car, is it not me that borrowed him money? They will use it against you. You can't be saying you no come pay the money back complete. All entertainers give people the impression that they are doing better than they are doing. It's okay. It's normal. It's entertainment. But then inside, please be respectful. There are people I know who will manage, who I know how to manage crisis. No matter how bad that crisis is, they know how they are going to play it. They know. And stop name dropping. Stop name dropping. Stop name dropping. You don't know the kind of people I sit down and eat with. You don't know. You don't have a clue. And let me tell you, you are going to be making people on social media afraid. to have interactions with people. Because if you go cast them, but you see, let me tell you something, when you build trust, I have people where me and them build trust, and they don't yap me online. I will not break that trust. I will still not break that trust. I feel yap you one-on-one, I feel throw you blow, but it will remain between brothers. Guys, we need to be careful what we share online. Is it, you see this Bobrisky lesson, Now listen to us all. Now listen to us all. 3 things. 1, manage your crisis. Some of you are in a problem now where if you allow them escalate, your marriage can scatter. Your job can scatter. Something important to you can scatter because you are allowing something that you can just quickly kneel down and say, I'm sorry. And it will end. There are some matters that are in front of you now. The wisdom of kneeling down and saying, I'm sorry. The wisdom of saying, okay, let it go. No problem. You are a coward, but it is better you are a coward at that instance. Because that beg, where you know one beg now, you go beg them, and you go beg them in 12 places. Know when to quickly bend down. Sometimes you are going to bend down for your junior. But let me tell you a Romanian story. They said a brother and a sister were walking down the street. The sister was like, it's cherry season, I want to eat cherries. The brother said, I don't have any money. Where do you want me to get cherry from? The sister said, no, do not normal spoiled sister. I want cherry, I want cherry. So as they were going on, the brother saw a horseshoe. And he told the sister, I'm carrying bag. Help me bend down and pick that horseshoe. The sister said, for what? I tell you, say, they find cherry. Tell me, make they bend down, pick for. Please, 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 please. So the brother bent down and picked the horseshoe. After walking a little, he now told the sister that he was coming, that he wanted to see somebody. So he went and greeted somebody and then came back. Then he started walking ahead of the sister. And every 10 steps, the sister would just see a ripe cherry wrapped in nylon. Wow, what a nice cherry. The sister would bend down, wrap the cherry, pop it in her mouth. Ooh, what a sweet cherry. That's how the sister ate 6 cherries. When she ate the 6th cherry, the brother that was walking ahead now slowed down and caught up with her. Said, you like the cherries, Abby? She said, yes. If you had bent down to pick the horseshoe, you will not have needed to bend down 6 times to pick your share of the cherries. If you had bent down, that time when the brother said they come, he go sell the horseshoe to blacksmith. They gave him 12 pence. I be 12, I've forgotten the small currency. So he used and buy 12 cherries. No small cherry like this. So he own share na 6, his sister own na 6. His sister bent down 6 times to pick her share of the cherries. She could have bent down just once and picked up that horseshoe, and it will have cleared. Now, Bobrisky, because he refused to bend down that once, Bobrisky is now going to bend down 6 times. Crisis management is very, very important. Crisis management is very, very important, number 1. Number 2, I repeat it again. How can you be in such a facility and you are talking? I'm not supporting anybody. I'm not supporting oppression in any way. I'm not. But if you happen to be privileged, do you know so many people are privileged? Sometimes a beautiful girl, somebody just decides that, okay, jump the queue. I'm not saying it is good, but you've been privileged. Now you go around and start telling people that the reason why I got my own first was because somebody saw me as a beautiful woman and I jumped the queue. Cho, cho, cho. Then the third one, know your friends. Both sides. Know the people you are helping, because sometimes you will help people and get into trouble. And know the people that are helping you, because everybody looks like your friends when you are famous. Some of them will abandon you. Three things. Three things. Learn it. Learn it. Learn it. This is the gospel I'm preaching to you this night. Learn it. Crisis management. Keep quiet and know your friends. Can you all repeat this? All of you that have watched me today. Crisis manage your crisis. I am sorry can save you jail time. I am sorry. Please give me more time. Me too, I'm learning. Oh. There are some people that have come to me as clients. They were horrible clients. I made sure I finished the moment I finished their work. You'll be my client. The reason why I'm your slave is you are my client. Come and be my client again tomorrow, whether we answer you. Whether we answer you. If you've learned something today, then also when you borrow money, pay. Is by the side. When you borrow money, pay back. Person will borrow you money na your guy. Stop using ogboju on top another person money. Anybody will borrow you money na your guy. Everybody repeat after me. Anybody that borrows me money is my boss. Anybody that borrows me money is my boss. Dash, they different from borrow. Anybody that borrows me money is my boss. Anybody that borrows me money is my boss. Say it. I want you all to say it so you understand. Because some of you do not understand this thing I'm telling you. Anybody will borrow you money is your boss. And if you enjoyed this live session, pop my money gun on TikTok before you go. Pop my money gun on TikTok before you go. Super chat, super stickers, and super likes on YouTube. Bottom right-hand corner, that rectangle with a $sign in the middle. Click on it. Buy my super chat, super stickers, and super likes. And on Facebook, buy my stars. Thank you all so much. Somebody said Bobrisky for just apologize. As in, but you see, they say ìgbéraga ní síwájú ìparun. When person want for pride, they ain't go they push am. Ìgbéraga ní síwájú ìparun. Ogogo Jacinta say, if you borrow me money, you be my oga. 100%. So many lessons to learn here. None of us are saints. Guys, don't forget, buy direct from USA.com. Anything you need from America delivered to your doorstep. Once again, buy direct from USA.com. Take care, guys, and God bless you. Make sure you have a really, really beautiful and fruitful midweek. I'll talk to you guys later tonight. God bless.